Okay, B'siyata D'Shmaya Chaver Lamed Beis Amid Beis. Amid Beis, Amid Beis. We're at the two dots. Lulav Sheyesh Boy Shloisha Tfachim. So the Mishnah that we learned many, many moons ago, the Mishnah ended off with a cryptic line. Let's go back to the Mishnah for one moment. The Mishnah on Chavtes Amid Beis. The Mishnah says, Lulav Sheyesh Boy Shloisha Tfachim Kidei Linanea Boy. It's a weird line. What does that mean? It has 3 tvachim, so that you're able to shake with it. What does that mean? So when we learned the Mishnah, we pointed out Rashi, which says the Gemara, but for the moment, let's just keep it as weird. A lulav has 3 tvachim, kidei, so that you could shake with it, is kosher. Okay. Zakte Hilig Gemara. Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Shmuel. Shir Hadas v'Arava. The shear of a Hadas and Arava is Shloisha. 3 tvach. The lulav. What is the shear of a lulav? Arba. 4 tvach. Kidei, so that shehei lulav yoytzeit min hadas. The lulav sticks out from the hadas. Tefach. A tefach. Which means you have your hadas, your avos, 3 tvach. Your lulav is 1 tefach above it. Very simple. Rabbi Parnach Eimer Rabbi Yechanan. That was Rabbi Yehuda Amar Shmuel. Rav Parnach says the name Rav Yechanan, Shidroi Shalulav, the sheder, the spine of the lulav, Sarich needs Sheyotza min hadas, to go out of the hadas tefach. What's the difference between the two shitais? Sometimes your lulav, the spine, might not be the tallest leaf. I know in our minds we always say the spine is the top. It's not always so true. Sometimes the spine might only go so much, and the outer leaves sort of will surround it up. So the first sheet holds, as long as there any leaf that's a tefach above your dasim and your arabis, you're fine. According to the second sheet, no, you dafka need that the spine goes up a tefach above.
You've seen a little bit of spine
in pictures. So the answer is no.
I'm saying I can't
Hey,
imagine.
no. Open the book. I think they show picture. This is the kids one. I love this book. Yeah. No. So it doesn't have it? I think that one has it. Okay. Tanan. Yeah? Yes or no? No? Yaakov, no?
I don't. There's no picture. I see the shape.
2 seconds. No. Yeah. It's not really fair. They just show a picture with a ruler. It says that the spine has to go up a top. It doesn't really same thing. Yeah, it doesn't really show you. Yeah. Okay. Seder. Weiter sagt the Gemara. So we have a machlekes again. What's the machlekes? Very precise. Do any leaf have to go up a tavach or davka the spine? Tanan we learned in the Mishnah. Lulav sheishwa gimel tfachim. This is our Mishnah. Lulav is to eat tfachim k'dei l'nanei boy kosher. In order to shake it, it is kosher. What's the kasha? The kasha is, let's let Rashi speak it out perfectly. Where's Rashi? 1 second. No, there's no Rashi. Slowly. What do those simple words of the Mishnah mean? If a lulav is 3 tfachim, to shake it is kosher.
That means you don't have it.
That means it doesn't need anything. Good. Straight up. Answers the Gemara. Ema, and now you understand why the Mishnah is hard to read. Ema, translated as ukidei linanei boy. It needs 3 tfachim plus the amount to shake it. How much is that? Mar, the first sheet holds kidei islay, which means a tefach sticking up. Umar, and the second sheet holds kidei islay, which means the spine is sticking up. Now this is almost a perfect example of the progression of Torah Shabbal Peh when it was written down. Mamish, a perfect example, because you can almost envision that the Rebbe said over, the lulav needs 3 tfachim. Here, come. Go. Come. It's not a punishment to sit here. It's a privilege. That's what we tell the kids, right? Never works. But we try. Don't worry, you're not in camera. You're not in camera. You can almost envision that what was the line? A lulav needs 3 tfachim and to be able to shake it. In the game of broken telephone, what happens? A lulav needs 3 tfachim to shake it. And they lost that nuance. That was the kasha of the Gemara. And the teretz is, you need to put in that little vav and the amount to shake it. So when you read our Mishnah now, it makes a lot more sense. You just have to add in that vav. The Mishnah missed the vav. The Mishnah said, as we said, the words are Chinese. When you add in the vav, it's much easier to read. A lulav needs 3 tefachim plus the amount to shake it, which, by the way, also makes sense because the amount that you hold your lulav is about a tefach. That might mean what kedila nanei bay. No, so it might just refer to the part where you hold it. Is a tefach. Right, 3 plus 1 to hold it. That's l'chayra, the simple shot in the words. Okay.
Can that be below where you're taking it, or there have to be a
100%. Very good question. We're measuring the numbers, pure numbers. I don't care if you have massive hands, you have teeny hands. I don't care how you hold it. It just means you need to have a tefach sticking up above the hadassim and aravis. That's all we need.
But what I'm saying is that we said that you need 3 tefachim for hadas and a rav.
And then your lulav needs an extra tefach.
Yeah, but the extra tefach of hadas and a rav is below the level of the law, maybe.
No, well, you might have thought that, but the Gemara is saying no. The Gemara is saying that it has to stick up at the extra tefach. As the Gemara is saying that the leaves come up, the lulavs come up. Right. Right. No, very good, very good, very good. You can't play games. Has to be in the size, not in the appearance. You can pull the lulav all the way up, and the whole lulav can be one tefach, and no, that means the size. Yeah. In the Havamina, you mean? I hear. Maybe that's how you would have judged it. Maybe. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so now we have Pshat in the Mishnah. 2 different ways learning the Mishnah. Tashema. Tashema. Gemara quotes a brisa. Shir hadas v'arava, says the brisa. Hadas and aravas need to be shloisha. Velulav arba. And you lulav 4. So now the Gemara assumes my lab, that what does it mean for behade olin, together with olin, the leaves? Says the Gemara, loy, it doesn't mean that. Levad me'olim. I mean, the Gemara was asking a kasha on Rav Yechanan, because Rav Yechanan said, Rav Yechanan was the second sheet that said the actual spine has to stick up. So the Gemara thought that what does it mean? It needs an extra tefach. It means an extra tefach just in the leaves, not in the spine. And again, this is a classical Gemara that what was the Havamina, what was the Maskana. It's a little bit hard to go both ways. But it answers the Gemara, Loi, it means levad me'alim, like Rav Yechon holds, meaning the spine has to stick up a tefach. Gufa. Okay, so far we're clear. Basically, we have one din that we learned today. Your lulav has to be a tefach more yadas and ravais. What does it mean, a tefach? 2 ways of learning it. Either it means the leaves, or it means the spine. We had a kasha from the Mishnah. We answered that kedil and anea could be translated either way. We had a kasha from the Brisa. We answered you could interpret it either way. Gufa. Here we go. Now we quote a Brisa, the one that we just said again. Shir adas v'arava shleisha vilulav arba. So now the end of the Brisa we didn't quote before, we quote now. Reb Tarfon Omer. What does Reb Tarfon say? Now, those who know TikTok are going to be bothered. But let's let the Gemara read itself, even if it's not so easy to swallow. Reb Tarfon Omer, bi'ama, with an ama, bas chamisha tfachim. There's 2 types of amos. What is an amma? An amma is a measurement. How big is an amma? Machloiges. An amma can either be 5 tfachim or 6 tfachim. Now, what does that mean? It is an amma. So imagine this is an amma from elbow to tip. This is an amma. Hence, your middle finger is called an amma because you measure. This is an amma. So you have 2 ways of dividing up your amma. Either 5 slices or 6 slices. The amma didn't change. The tvachim changed. This is, trauma for some how to do fractions. For others, we've graduated 4th grade. You'll guess which group I'm in. But either way, the amma bas chamisha tvachim. Period. What is the Gemara thinking right now? So the Gemara thinks right now, what is Shitas Rav Tarfon? So if you think you're going to get it wrong because you're going to get the maskana, don't think. The Gemara assumes, you know what Rav Tarfon just said? You know how big your lulav has to be? 5 tvachim. Where did he say that? Because he said it has to be an amma, which is 5 tvachim. The Tanakama said, what's a lulav? 4 tvachim. Rav Tarfon says, what's a lulav? An amma, which is 5 tvachim. Amai Rava, so Rava is very bothered. Because says Rava, Shara le mare, master should permit a language of wonderment. The Rav Tarfon, to Rav Tarfon, what are you talking about? Hashta now, avos. Avos means, it's with an ayin, not an aleph. Avos with an ayin, anyone knows what it means? It's a hard word. Av means thick. You are correct in av. And with an ayin, you're also right. But avos, interestingly, means braided. Braided. Anafis of. It's very good. Avos means braided. What are avos? That you have your hadassim, your 3 leaves, go up in bunches of 3. That is called avos. Says the Gemara, Amar Rava Sharli the mother of Tarfin, Hashta avos. Shloisha. If it's even just 3 tfachim, loy mishkachinan, excuse me, it's very hard to find hadassim which are even 3 tfachim big. Bas chamisha mipai. You want to find hadassim that are 3 tfachim, utilizing the tfachim of a bas chamisha tfachim. A 5th is bigger than a 6. 3/5 is bigger than 3/6. Does anyone have any clue what I'm talking about? Yes, some no. Those who passed, I got it. Again, Nachamo. If here is an amma, if I break it into 5 pieces and I need 3 of those 5 pieces, it goes till here. If I break it into 6 pieces and need 3 of those 6 pieces, it goes under. 3/6 is a half. 3/5 is bigger than a half. Okay, those who got it, good. Those who don't get it, it's okay. It's fractions. But either way, what's the kasha of the Gemara? The Gemara is bothered that it's not shaykh to find hadassim at such a size. Bas chamisha so answers the Gemara, Ki asa Rav Dimi Amar. Rav Dimi came and he explained as follows. If you look at Rashi for a moment, just the first 3 words of Rashi. Rashi says, Ki asa Rav Dimi, Parsha lid Rav Tarfon. He explains the words of Rav Tarfon. Amar, Amma bas shisha tfachim, an amma of 6 tfachim. Asay oisa bas chamisha. We're gonna lose everyone in the fractions here. Okay.
Really comes out to 5 is and a non-equal. Same time.
I'm going to make it simpler. I want to make it simpler. I think I jumped one step, which confused everyone. Okay, go back 2 lines. I'm going to make it much simpler. What does Rav Tarfon hold? This was the point. I said, don't think too much. I myself. And Amma bas chamisha tfachim. What's Rav Tarfon talking about? Not the lulav. I jumped a step. That's why I confused everyone. I apologize. Rav Tarfon was talking about, we think, the hadassim. So the Tanakama said, Shir hadas v'arav shleisha v'lulav arba. Rav Tarfon said what? Amma bas chamisha. Frek the Gemara. We can't even find hadassim of 3. You want hadassim of 5? Everyone got the kasha? It's a very simple kasha. The teretz is the way I said it before. What's the teretz? Tara says, no, Rav Tarfon didn't mean you need 5 tefachim. He just meant to utilize the 5 tefach type of tefachim. So what's the difference? The difference is between 3/5 and 3/6. Not such a difference. 3 tefachim utilizing the scale of a amma bas chamisha is not so, but how much bigger? A dot bigger. We thought Rav Tarfon was coming along and saying, what? You need a ganze amma. Frag the Gemara, how's that shaykh? Answers the Gemara, no. All he meant is to use the scale. How much is it? 0.1, a tenth. Mamish nothing. Grab it if you want. Now that we got it out of the way, I'm gonna read it together. I apologize, I read it wrong the first time. They actually think here. No, they don't have it here. The other one had a sliding picture to show you it. Okay, let's read it together. Okay, guys, I read it wrong. I'll admit my faults. I read it wrong. Let's read it right this time. Zakti Gemara Nachmal Gufa. Gufa says the Gemara Shira Das Varav Shloisha Lulav Arba Rav Tarfon Omer Ba'amo Bas Chamisha Tfachim. I'm writing in Hadas because I messed up. The Hadas is in Amma Bas Chamisha Tfachim. Omar Rava, on that Rava responds, Sharulei Mari Rav Tarfon, how could it be? Hashta Avloi Shleishalei Mishkachinon. We can't even find 3. Bas Chamisha Mibai. Answers the Gemara, Ki Asa Rav Dimi Amar. No, he didn't mean a whole Amma. He meant Amma Bas Shisha Tfachim. Asei Oisa, make it into Bas Chamisha. And of that, same man, Shloisha Ladas, Vashar Lilulav, and the rest is for Lulav. Kama Havelu, how much is it? Tulsa, Utlasa, Chumshi. 3 1/3 of the 3, Tulsa 3, the Tilsa Chumshi, and 3/5. Tilsa Chumshi, 3/5. Period. So now we understand that what is the machlekes between the Tanakama and Rav Tarfon? Mamish, that one sliver. It's not a whole amma versus 3 tefachim. It's 3 tefachim versus 3.1 tefachim. It's not really true what I just said, but let's just say it that way for simplistic purposes. And we'll stop over here, pick it up for Kasha tomorrow night. Let's spend the next 3 minutes trying to just chaz over the Gemara. We'll pick it up from here with some food.